You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel. So we're now going to be doing our regular slot with the Swale Film Society. As always, thank you very much for joining us. If you could just introduce yourself to our listeners, firstly, in case they haven't heard this slot before.
Yeah, my name's Helen and I run the Swale Film Society. We show a free film on the first Wednesday of every month at Ideas Test in Sittingbourne.
So tell us about this month's film. And I understand it's obviously, as we're coming up to Christmas, it's a bit of a Christmas special.
Yeah, that's right. We're going for something very festive for our Christmas screening. We're showing the first ever feature-length talkie adaptation of the Charles Dickens novel A Christmas Carol. As I'm sure you know, there's been lots of different adaptations of this novel, but the one that we're showing is the very first one. The very first feature one that was ever made with talking, as I said. So this one's called Scrooge, and it was made in 1935 at Twickenham Studios in London. And the film stars Sir Seymour Hicks, an actor who became really famous for playing the role of Ebenezer Scrooge, not just in films, but also on the stage.
So was this the one you wanted to actually show? And sounds like a bit of a special one, being the first.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, for the Swale Film Society, we always try to show things that are a little bit different and things that have a sense of history or, just something a bit different about them. So we thought that because this was the first ever feature adaptation of the novel, it'd be really interesting for people to see. And having watched it myself, it was quite interesting to see how other adaptations have borrowed from this one, even with lines being delivered exactly the same. Watching something quite modern like the Muppets Christmas Carol, it's quite surprising to see how Michael Caine portrays Scrooge, and it is actually quite similar to how he is portrayed in this very first one that we see on the screen.
Yeah, it's always interesting to watch, and I always find with Scrooge that the Christmas Carol, there's always sort of the first one you watch always seems to be the one you think of or associate with. But I suppose it's surprising when you watch others just how much they've all sort of taken influence.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it is quite surprising how, there have been so many different Scrooges throughout the years, but they all have those main elements of being that Christmas-hating, mean old miser. And I guess it's just quite interesting to see the different ways that he's developed over the years. And, the fact that we can look back to his very first portrayal on film is really quite interesting.
So if our listeners would like to come along and see it, where and when is it?
Yeah, so it's taking place on Wednesday, the 7th of December, in the Ideas Test building, which is number 34 High Street, Sittingbourne. We'll open the doors at 7 o'clock and the film starts at 7:30, and popcorn and refreshments will be provided as usual, and we'll also have some mince pies as well to get us in that festive spirit.
And if people would like to find out more about the Swale Film Society, or of course this film or others that you're showing, how can they do that?
We're online. We have a Facebook page with the Swale Film Society. We're also on Twitter at Swale Film Soc, and we're also on Instagram at Swale Film Soc. And one other thing I just wanted to mention is that the screenings are absolutely free, so it's everyone's welcome to just come along and join in.
Well, if you're happy we've covered everything, I'd like to thank you very much once again for joining us and letting our listeners know what this month's film is.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us on, and very Merry Christmas to you all.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you as well, and we look forward to speaking to you in January.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.